So I've been rattling off the light speed figure as 300 million meters per second, because a 100,000 kilometers, well, a thousand thousands is a million, right? And a kilometer, Joe, I'm recording, a kilometer is 1,000 meters, and so 300,000 is and 1,000 is 300 million. And it's a lot easier to keep track of a million than all those zeros, huh? Right? All those in your head. Um, and, and I've been adding a squared to it. And anybody that knows anything about physics is saying, that guy's fucking crazy. Okay, these are light spikes from a light source. Which way is it going? The light spikes are not because the light is moving in that direction. It's because I have plastic lenses on my camera, on my phone camera. It's a very good lens, but they have planes of cleavage or something that create light spikes. When we use glass, we have coatings we put on it. Okay, but the light is actually going in all directions. 360 degrees times 360 degrees times 360 degrees cubed. But it only travels outwards. We measured the radius, half of it, just one direction. It goes in both directions, no matter which side you're on. And circle spheres only have one side, right? And it goes out one part of it and out the other part of it in opposite directions, which makes it squared. And that's because the light is those little photons that are inside those light spikes traveling outwards are traveling round and round and round and round inside my little jar. And each revolution they'd have to travel a further distance, but they're hooked on to their parent atom. That atom went up a notch and dropped back down a notch, and it releases a photon that goes out and becomes it gets absorbed by whatever it hits first. So the stuff on this side has a little more resistance across the part of the light emitting diode than the one on that side, and so it doesn't quite make it through the plastic. Right, you can see it in here, right, if I move my light out, and it's going in all directions, and it goes 360 cubed all the way around. And you can see it when I'm, move it around a little bit. But what happens is it hits that plastic, and the plastic atoms go up a notch and drop back down, and they give off a photon. So that light there only went that far at 300 million meters per second, because it goes around and around and around and around and around outwards, and the progression outwards, it propagates because it's going around and around and around, but its outward spread propagation is 300 million meters per second squared, right? Squared. We don't have to cube it, just square it, because it goes in all directions. And it's not making circles around the sun. It's making spirals around the sphere, like an orbiting satellite. But it's not an orbiting satellite. It's not disconnected. It's the proton and electron of a hydrogen atom, and everything is made up of hydrogen atoms. Okay, it doesn't matter whether this is a bunch of hydrogen atoms stuck together, and it's the stuck together part that makes them do what they do. But they are going round and round and round really fast. And so when the electron, which is attached to, we use the standard physics says that it's two ups and a down quark, and the one goes round and round and round the other two, right? And they say that it has I don't know 8.3 or 4 or something like that. It's 1/80,000th of the mass of a proton. Well, it's not really. The protons are going round and round and round, and electron, the down, it's an up and a down quark, and then the down quark is also going round and round and round, but at a Fibonacci sequence number just under it. The lower consecutive number. The proton has the higher consecutive number, and it's going fast enough that it can maintain its speed. And the electron, they're both the same thing. It's a magnetic field going round and round and round and round really fast, and it interacts with the quantum foam that exists in the vacuum. Okay, and the vacuum between stars is exactly the same as the vacuum between atoms. And they pop in and out of existence all the time. And so as these magnetic fields, that's what we're seeing there. There's nothing, light doesn't do anything until it hits something, and those things are going up a notch and growing back down, not because they got high on energy. It's because there's a wave thing going on. It's that probability wave of the atom going around and around and around, and that extra energy is trying to leave it, and so it starts going round and round and round, further and further out, till it finally touches something. And those things give off their extra energy the same way, and it passes on. It propagates from one to the other across space and time, because we measure space by the passage of light. And it turns out that the passage of light is what causes time, because as it hits those other waves of light from other sources, it creates those new particles in quantum foam. So they become new hydrogen atoms continuously all around us. They can't help it. That's how stuff fits together.